Hello, my most amazing artists. Hello, my most amazing art teacher. How are you today? Ready to create? All right, today I'm talking to my 1G scholars and we are going to look at this amazing building. This is a building that can be found in the country of Japan. Japan is an island country in Asia. And I want you to notice some of the amazing artistic qualities of this building. You will see in your packet that there is a picture of this building and there are some discussion questions that you should talk about with someone at your house. So don't forget to do that. But I'm going to show you a few other things today in my video. So first of all, this building is called the Himeji Castle. Let's try saying that. The Himeji Castle. All right, and next I need you to know that this was the castle for some samurai soldiers. I think you might remember when we were doing Art Adventure, we got to see a very cool samurai helmet that was shaped like a dragonfly. Do you remember that big black helmet? This castle was a place for samurai soldiers to live. It was kind of like a fort where they would be safe from their enemies. All right, now I want you to notice a few things about the design. Did you know architecture is the fancy word for designing buildings? Architecture is a form of art because architects use the principles of art, the elements of design that we have learned in art class. So there's line and shape and color and all those things we talk about with art. All of those are in buildings. So I see some interesting shapes. Can you point to 3 triangles? 1, 2, 3. Can you find a bunch of rectangle shapes? All the windows, right? 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all along here and here and here, here. Can you also find horizontal lines? Yeah, these roof lines here are horizontal. All right, now I want to show you a few more images of the Himeji Castle on my computer. This is a photo of the Himeji Castle that I thought was really interesting because you can see a bigger part of the building from this angle. So you can see the front part here that I just showed you in the picture I was holding up with those 3 triangles there. But you can also see this side of the building and how amazing all the detail is over here. So you can see many more triangles, you can see many more windows, and you can also see how these little peaks are going up into the sky in lots of different spots. All right, now I'm also going to show you a video that would be kind of like what you would see if you were being a tourist in Japan. So this castle is now a tourist attraction. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you some video and talk to you about what we see. So this part here is the outside. You can see that there's water surrounding the castle, kind of like a moat. Here's the entrance where all the visitors go in. And there's that awesome view from the side. There's another view if you're standing down below where you can see underneath those awnings. Then you can actually go inside the castle. There's many levels. You would have to go upstairs. You can see some of the things inside the castle. The rope right there is hooked to a bell and you can ring a bell. It's a place of worship right there. And then this is the view. If you're standing in the castle looking out on the Japanese city, you can see the surrounding city. There's a pathway to walk on. Even that's fancy. There's some beautiful gardens, waterfalls, and running water nearby. Beautiful trees. This one's different. I don't see those around where we live. Stone bridge, lovely waterfall, and some koi in a pond. Those are kind of like big goldfish, koi pond. All right. So your assignment for creating art today says this. Your assignment is to draw and color a picture of a building. Part of your assignment is to make sure you use a ruler to help you draw straight lines. You have 3 choices. You can use the ideas on this page to help you draw a building. You could go outside and look at your house while you draw it, or you can look up a drawing video by using YouTube and searching Art for Kids Hub House. All right, so here are 4 different ideas that you could draw. I am going to help you draw this one because it reminds me of the Himeji Castle. It's what we would call a pagoda style. But you are certainly welcome to try the other ones. All right, you're going to need a piece of white paper. And for the pagoda style, we're going to do the portrait direction, which means the tall direction. And today for this one, I am going to start with a pencil, and then I'm going to fill it in with chalk. So you can, of course, use whatever you have. You could use a black crayon. If you wanted to watercolor yours, you could use permanent marker and then fill in with watercolor. That is totally up to you. I'm going to use chalk and a pencil. All right, the other thing you need is a ruler. So here's my ruler, and I'm going to get started. All right, the pagoda starts with if you find the center at the top, kind of an oval or upside down U shape, and then a curve at the bottom of that. Then we're going to have 3 levels where the roof comes out. And so you kind of want to think about how far down those 3 levels should go. So I'm going to put a guide mark here, and a guide mark here, and a guide mark here, kind of like stair steps. And then I'm going to try to put them exactly opposite on the other side, so I know where I am aiming for. And then I am going to connect them with swooping lines like this. So there's my first line, and then it comes back like that. Then I'm going to use my ruler to draw a rectangle shape. So I'm not really measuring, I'm just using it like a straight edge. So I'm going to just draw a rectangle. Then I'm going to swoop this one down and connect it to the next one. Swoop it back. And then I'm going to make another rectangle. A little bit bigger this time. And then I'm going to swoop out to the last level and bring that back in. And then this one, I'm going to draw a straight line underneath it. And it looks like I have 2 lines right next to each other. And then I'm going to draw the biggest rectangle down here. And then this one looks like it has some steps on it. So I have to draw another long rectangle. And then I'm going to put another short rectangle here, like a step. Okay. Now, the next thing I notice in my picture is that the roof has some extra lines in it that make it look kind of fancy. So I'm going to put another one here and another one here. I'm going to first put this here. And I'm going to just follow these curves and put some extra lines in there. There's one that goes straight down the middle there. And then the rectangle on the top has 2 smaller rectangles inside of it. All right, then the next one, straight line. Put this curve and this curve. And then I'm going to put about 3 lines coming down here. And then it looks like on this level, they put some vertical lines. So one there, 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 and there. You could use your ruler for those. All right, and then the last one, it's even bigger. I'm going to make lots of curvy lines that go all the way to the middle. There we go. And then now this part is kind of like where the doorway would be, or the entrance. So I'm going to put a vertical line there, a vertical line here, and then 2 more in the middle, like that. Okay, and then I feel like I need another step here and here. I'm just adding those in a little bit. Oh, okay, that looks like a pagoda, like a building in Japan or Korea. All right, now I'm going to use some color to fill it in. So I'm going to use my chalk, and I'm just going to be kind of creative with the colors. I'm going to use some different brown colors and white to do the main part of the building, and then I'm going to use some colorful colors on the roof. So I'm going to make these parts brown. The thing about chalk is I can use my finger to blend it and rub it together once I get some color on there. All right, now I'm going to use some brighter colors on the roof. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to outline a little bit with black crayon so that you can see my lines a little bit better. So I'm just going to put some black back in there. If you color yours and you start to lose some of your detail, you can always go back over it with black marker or crayon, whatever works best with your medium. And you don't have to fill out every detail, but you can at least get the basic shape back. Then with a building, it's really important that you put in a horizon line. The horizon line is, of course, where the grass or the ground separates from the sky. So I'm going to put a horizon line right here with my black crayon. And then I'm going to use my chalk to put light blue in the sky. I'll be smearing that in just a minute. And I'm going to use green grass on the bottom. Okay, I think I just need a few more black lines, and then I'll be done. All right, there is my pagoda. I can't wait to see your building.